We heard news yesterday that there were 4 Republican senators who didn't like the idea because essentially the provisions of this rescue bill would pay people more money on unemployment than they were actually making in their jobs, and that could incentivize unemployment. So you were against it, but ultimately voted for it. What happened?
Well, the bottom line is that the good in the bill outweighed the bad, and especially this provision that I thought was bad. And think about this. If you graduate from the University of South Carolina, or if you're a beat reporter graduating from the University of Kansas, you make $30,000 a year working. Under this legislation, we would pay you $50,000 a year to not work. So if you're on unemployment for the 16 weeks you're on unemployment, we would give you a 50% raise under that scenario. We want to make sure that you are whole in unemployment, not that you get a raise because of the coronavirus. And so that would be unfair to all Americans who are working, and we believe in this country in the dignity in work. So I thought that was a part of the bill that needed to be changed. We had an amendment, it failed. Overall, there's more good in the bill than bad, but there are parts and aspects of this bill that we should be questioning.
And one of the reasons why you went ahead and voted, according to the Washington Post, Senator, is because Steve Mnuchin talked to all of you and said, look, unless we invent a whole new system that could take a very long time, the fastest way to do it is to do it this way. And that's why you went along with that. I wanted to ask you about some of the provisions regarding small businesses. For the people looking in from South Carolina and Kansas and all across the country, this is good news for them, right?
It's really good news. It's $377 billion to help employers keep their employees on the payroll if it makes sense to the employer. The relationship is important. One of the things we do is we fund about 250% of monthly payroll. If you use the loans for payroll, that part of the loan is forgiven. This is a great way for us to keep people at work. And frankly, since the government demanded basically that you close your shops, your restaurants, your hotels, your tourism-related businesses, it's impacting and reverberating throughout the entire economy. It's one of the reasons why we face an economic tsunami. So this small business piece provides incentive for employers to keep their employees attached, and that's good news.
That is good news. And so for the people who are watching right now who've been worried about Washington, Senator, your message to them is what?
There's a lot of reasons to be optimistic about where we're going. We are facing a threat that we have not seen before. The good news is our president is leading from the front. He is optimistic. He's leaning into it. His containment strategy was effective at the beginning. Our mitigation strategies are producing better than expected. It is our responsibility to continue to social distance. I think we are having a strong impact on the spread of this virus. And if we continue to do those things that we know that we need to do, our economy will be better and we'll have more people living healthier lives and our recovery will be quite fast.
That all sounds good. All right, fingers crossed. Senator, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Good to be with you.